All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by saying Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shah, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shah, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shah. Call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Brakah Kwadash. Double honors, Pastor Elders, Great Millstone, ruling seas well. Peace, salutation to all you Akim four corners of the earth. I'm Yaquan from YSO, Yahweh Shah, Sanctified Ones. Coming back with a quick video. Well, this video might not be that quick because I want to play this about Esau, man. Like, he never stays home. He's always in somebody else's land, and he's been doing this cool shit for so long. He's been taking over. He basically been joining house to house, right? He's been taking up that which is not his, right? So I got this video that I want to bring out right quick, and I'm gonna go into a scripture too, and then I'm gonna go from there. Hopefully, this video can last long enough. I might have to do it in parts, but it's okay. I'll do it that way. All right. Before I even continue, fair use. Okay. So let me get this started up here.
Speculation. While the US has been involved in tons of regime change efforts around the world, we landed on a much shorter list. These are the coups that I think best exemplify how this tool has been used for international power over the years.
So I quit my job and started buying single family because I didn't know you could buy multifamily. So I started buying single.
Let's start here. In the independent country of Hawaii, it's 1893, and the US is feeling like the Hawaiian Queen is a threat to American control over sugar. It's sugar that's being grown by the descendants of white American missionaries who had settled in Hawaii over the years. So the US sends a military ship with hundreds of troops to show up to Honolulu, and they overthrow the Queen, installing one of those descendants of the Christian missionaries, Sanford B. Dole, as the new president. Notice his last name? Yeah, this coup was one of the US's first, and it set the stage not only for the new Hawaiian president's family to grow their powerful international corporation, which was based in Hawaii, but also for Hawaii to be annexed, to become a part of the United States. I made a whole video on this coup because it's pretty wild and there's so much going on here, and it was really a turning point in showing how the US could remove leaders from power in faraway places, something that they start to do a lot more of. We're going to move on to the next coup, but I need to thank today's sponsor who makes these videos possible. Thank you, NordVPN, for...
Hey, and another thing is the show. Hey, you see, that's the so-called white man. Okay, he's telling on his own people, man. Hey, the Lord said your skirt should be lifted, right? Hey, your own people are telling on you. They're pulling out all your dirt, right, that you've done over the years, over the centuries, over the decades, over the fucking millennials. You know, you've done so much horrible shit to everybody on the whole face of the earth, right? And still continue to this day, okay? But here are your own people, as you can see it clear as day, a so-called white man in the flesh, right? With the peachy skin, with the red hair, with the peachy skin. He's telling you, right? He's telling you himself about his own people and his country.
Sponsoring today's video. I've started using NordVPN for a lot of different things. When I'm traveling, I connect to the internet via the United States so that all of my accounts don't freak out thinking that like I'm someone from another country logging into my accounts. Oh, and by the way, that allows me to like watch Netflix from different countries as well, which is kind of cool. But it's more than that. It is a password manager. It is a malware blocker. It blocks annoying ads. It helps you encrypt files. It provides all these layers of extra security, which more and more is something that we all need. And the best part is you don't have to be like a technical person to do this. Like it's one click away and you have all of this protection, or you can have it just connect automatically and you just have it running in the background. And not just for one computer. When you sign up for Nord, you can get up to 6 devices that are all protected by Nord's many different layers of security. And at the end of the day, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go try it out, and if it's not useful to you, you get all your money back for 30 days. So it's like a trial period. Oh, and NordVPN just turned 11 years old, and so if you click the link in my description, it is nordvpn.com/Johnny Harris. For a limited time, you will get a free mystery gift. Not totally sure what it is, but who doesn't like a free mystery gift? Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into the map. I gotta get out of here because things are about to heat up. We got a lot more to cover on these coups. The next coup has to do with Spain. Well, actually more like Spain's colonies. Spain's glory days have come and gone. They are a declining empire, and there is major resistance in their colonies, especially in Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. Meanwhile, the US is a rising empire, and they already are pretty uncomfortable with Spain having colonies like 100 miles off their coast. But at the same time, they don't love the idea of true independence for places like Cuba or Puerto Rico. These are strategic islands right in the US's neighborhood. And, like Hawaii, American companies have money invested, particularly in Cuba. Independence might mean them getting kicked out. So the US delves into this fight between Spain and their colonies. They use the explosion of an American Navy ship as their excuse, even though it was likely an accident, not an attack. But sometimes stories matter more than truth. So the US sends in troops to liberate the rebels fighting against their Spanish colonizers, promising them independence. Not only in Cuba and Puerto Rico, but later over here in the Philippines and Guam. These local uprisings eventually drive out the Spanish. And in all of these cases, the US reneges on their promise to give independence to these locals. And they figure out ways to govern Cuba and Puerto Rico indirectly themselves. The US has just piggybacked off several independence movements to enact several coups at once, allowing them to install pro-American leaders and a navy base in Cuba, and eventually annexing Puerto Rico and Guam, which they still control, and the Philippines, which they held for 48 years. Again, I made a whole video about this one too if you want to go deeper. Anyway, we gotta move a little quicker here because we're not gonna get through all these coups. Let's move on. Okay, so we're over here in Nicaragua. It's 1909. There's a bunch of powerful American companies here, but a new president comes to power vowing to regulate them. The US is not going to let this happen. So the Secretary of State starts spreading rumors to smear this guy, this president, saying that he's building a canal that would compete with the Panama Canal. But really they're just upset because Nicaragua's taking loans from Europe. The US keeps painting this guy as a war criminal and someone worthy of being thrown out.
If you're getting spam texts like these or spam phone calls like these, then it's highly likely that your data has been breached.
So push comes to shove, and the US sends ships to both of Nicaragua's coasts. They assemble a bunch of Marines in Panama, basically just flexing on Nicaragua and telling the president to step down. And the benefit of being a rising superpower is that it worked. He has no choice but to step down. And soon, a leader that the US likes comes to power. The coup is complete, and really, this is the first of many instances of the US meddling in Nicaragua. A few years later, the US is back in the region for another coup in next-door Honduras. This one was plotted by a band of private American citizens, and it follows a similar pattern. A new president comes to town, in this case directly inspired by Nicaragua's president, and he wants to take back control of the country from American businesses. In this case, we're talking about bananas. The banana companies were not going to let this happen. And it was mostly this guy, a banana businessman named Sam the Banana Man. He's not going to let this pesky president run his country. No. So he assembles his own militia. He literally buys a surplus Navy ship, loads it up with weapons, and starts his campaign to get this president out. He sails from New Orleans to the coast of Honduras, and he literally invades the country with like a private army. Wait, where's the US government in all this? They also didn't like the political direction of Honduras either, so they just sort of stood back. Let this private invasion happen, and then at the critical moment, the US steps in to order a ceasefire, basically bullying the president to step down. He had no way forward, no defense, so he resigns. And the Banana Man's leader of choice takes the presidency, giving the banana businessman land and a unique status to import anything he needs tax-free. And, wait for it, he refunds him for all of the coup expenses using public Honduran money. This Banana Man literally overthrew the government and made Honduras pay for it. Wow.
So I got a lot to pay for.
Okay, so let's move forward to the 50s, where the coup becomes a more useful tool in the American toolkit. There's this new US agency dedicated to collecting and analyzing information from all over the world, meaning for spying. They call it the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, and it completely revolutionizes the art of the coup. Oh, and at this point, the US is now a full-blown global superpower, no longer just looking in their own neighborhood, but rather at the whole world map, investing huge resources into fighting their global rival and its communist ideology. So this gets us to Iran, 1953, where Iran had just elected a new star politician, Mohammad Mossadegh. He rises to power believing that Iran must take back control of its most valuable natural resource, oil, which at the time was completely controlled by a British company called the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. We know it today as BP. Mossadegh is done with this. Let's kick the British out and take back our oil. But like the US, Britain is not happy with Iranians trying to take back their resources. So they warn that if they do this, there will be consequences. So the British catch a quick meeting with the CIA's Middle East guy who was passing through London, and they pitch him on this idea. Let's throw out Mossadegh. The CIA's like, okay, and they kind of sniff communist vibes on Mossadegh with this big desire to nationalize Iran's oil. Or at least they tell themselves they do. So the CIA agrees, and they secretly send this guy to Iran. He's the Middle East bureau chief, Kermit Roosevelt. He's like in his 30s. Oh, and yes, he is the grandson of another big coup guy, Teddy Roosevelt, who I have gone into in other videos. Roosevelt sneaks into Iran and is given $1 million taxpayer dollars to use, quote, in any way that would bring about the fall of Mossadegh. So now there's American CIA agents in Iran secretly trying to overthrow the government. And it's a rocky start at first with a bunch of failures. But they start using their money to get traction, bribing politicians, religious clerics, and other leaders to say divisive and controversial things about Mossadegh. They hire locals to stage attacks against religious leaders, making it look like they had been ordered to do so by Mossadegh. But really, they were just getting paid by the CIA to do this. And with enough time and money, they create an atmosphere of chaos and hostility and distrust among the public. Oh, and there's weapons.
Right now, Iran is going through the same shit right now. They're trying to overthrow the Sheikh. Was it the Sheikh, or whatever the hell they call him? But they're trying to overthrow the supreme leader of Iran right now to put back. I think it's his son or his grandson or something like that, to put him to get not him, but another guy that after they overthrow this guy, the guy that come into power, his son is right now in America. And they're trying to put him back into Iran so they can control the oil. So they can control the banking system and to control all that oil and all the minerals that Iran holds. You know, hey, Esau don't change. This shit stay the same, man. Okay.
CIA stashes enough weapons and explosives to support a, quote, 10,000-man guerrilla organization for 6 months, like just in case they need to, start a full-on conflict. The result of all of this is more violence and chaos that engulfs the capital. Shops are being destroyed, bullets are flying into mosques, people are beaten, and thousands of paid demonstrators flood the street. The city...
Just like now, right? What's the difference then now? There is no difference. I could pull up a video right now about Iran and going through all the hellified protests right now. They said thousands of people has already been murdered in the streets. Okay, thousands of Iranians has been murdered in the streets already from this big ass protest. So Esau has been playing the same script, running the same shit, order out of chaos. The same script every year, always. It never changes, man. This devil never changes his modus operandi. Okay.
Falls into anarchy, all of it orchestrated by CIA money. And in the end, this all results in a bloody shootout at Mossadegh's house. He eventually gives up and turns himself in. He's put through a sham trial and found guilty of treason and sentenced to 3 years in solitary confinement.
Hey, look at Venezuela president. What they do to him? They kidnapped his ass and put him and his wife over here in America.
And then house arrest, where he stayed until his death. The previous ruler of Iran, Mohammad Reza Shah, which just means king, had fled the country. But now, with the democratically elected Mossadegh gone, and with the backing of the US and UK, he could charter a flight back into Iran and take control.
Hey, give me the
same shit.
This is my recording.
Salaki for this commercial.
All right. Well, the good book is clear.
Same shit they trying to do now. So they've already had a regime change in Iran. That's why they doing it. Because they've done it before. They've done this shit before. This ain't nothing new, man. This is nothing new, right? We just don't have that history or understanding of what's really going on, you know? And it shows you how dumb the people are, how people don't understand this is why you need to know your history. This is why you should understand the world history, man, what you've been through, what your people have been through before you. Then you'll understand it. Then you can see Satan right there in your face. He's running the same fucking program. He's just doing all of it. Why? Because the people are so dumb. They're dumbed down. All this westernized culture, all this TikTok, all this bullshit, all the bullshit that come on. And not the educational side of it, but the bullshit, all the stupid ass shit that people do on there, the sports and everything, all the philosophies of Esau and the money, and you're chasing all this shit while you blinded to what's really going on. You're blinded to the trick that's being played on you.
In a tradition which goes back 25 centuries. His title is King of Kings, and he becomes emperor of his nation.
The US really came out on top here. They got what they wanted. They now have an American-friendly dictator in a powerful country in the Middle East, who is now welcoming American oil companies to get in on one of the largest oil reserves on Earth. Under the Shah, Iran becomes a brutal police state. He executed military officers, student leaders, anyone associated with Mossadegh. He set up a secret police force, and life was brutal. So brutal that in 1979, the frustration of Iranians burst forth in mass protests that ran the Shah out of office and replaced him with an inspiring new leader who would turn Iran into an Islamic republic, built in part off a foundation of resentment for the US having
this is
meddled
who's
in their
there now,
country.
right? Alatami Khamenei, he's the supreme leader now in Iran. They're gonna try to get him the fuck out of there now. And that Shah son is here in America, okay? And they're trying to put the Shah son back into power, okay? They want because he's America's stoolie. But this guy right now, who's in office now, Khomeini, they trying to get rid of him. They trying to get him killed, put him to death, so they can put the Shah son back into power, and they can get that oil and extract any other minerals that they need from Iran. See, same program.
The Islamic Republic has held power ever since, and has morphed into the oppressive theocracy we know today, though maybe not for long. Before we go on, a quick reminder that all of these coups, these plans to overthrow leaders in other countries, did not require American votes or consensus or approval of Congress. It was usually just a few key men in government buildings in Washington, D.C. making this happen. These people would go on to define the Cold War and shape so many covert operations around the world that many of which we'll never know
Yeah, that's
about.
enough on that, really.
Okay, let's keep going.
That really pretty
the
much
next
proved my
year in
point.
Guatemala, the
So,
CIA tried.
Hold on. So, you can go watch this video. It's right here, the American Bat Coups mapped by this guy here, Johnny Harris. You can go check his site out. He did this 2 years ago. And you can go check the guy's site out. I didn't get to the Gaddafi one. I see this here, but whatever. But we don't. But the point is, only thing matters. We know what Esau is up to. We know how he work we know how Esau work his shit, what he does. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah. Also, because he transgressive by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Who enlargeth his desire as hell. It's Esau Edom, so-called white man. Okay, he don't stay at home, right? He enlarges his desire. His desire is oil, gold, and diamonds, right? Oil, diamonds, and gold, right? He want the wealth of the earth, all the minerals that he can take, everything. He want to devour everything on this earth, man. He want to control it all and want it all to himself. Okay. So he is a proud man. Look at Trump. Look at him. Proud as fuck. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. Everywhere he go, man, he send death upon the face of the earth, and cannot be satisfied. There's no look. He want to take Greenland, Canada. He already done got Syria. He's working on Iran. He already gonna took Venezuela. He gonna work on Cuba. He gonna work on Colombia. He gonna work on everywhere that there's any natural resources that he can take, because it's gonna be a part of national security. He's gonna go in and take it. Okay, Greenland is strategic. They got I think they got like this big ass. I think they had natural gas, if I'm not mistaken, and then plus they're a bridge to Russia. Okay, like it's so much shit going on, man, that you don't know, that you got to really focus and pay attention on. You got to get to the understanding of shit. And it takes you to be able to take time to sit down and to really look at what was really going on. Right. So, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations. And that's a part of gathering all nations. He's still in their resources. Right. He's still in their people, their resources, their things, their material, their minerals. right? Their wealth. He's stealing them. He's gathering all nations and he's controlling them, like the Philippines and Hawaii and all those other places where he started off, you know, Honduras. You know, he controls these places, you know, covertly, right? So, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. That's why when you come to America, you find all nations upon the face of this earth here in Babylon. It's the melting pot. You can find everybody here. Why? Because this devil's in everybody's country. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him, destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, and that's that debt, arbacha or arbacha, okay, that thick debt, okay. So this, and look at America, debt is what, trillions of dollars, okay. So, and he's over there stealing. Why? Because his bitch is collapsing. So he's stealing all the oil. He stole Russia, and he got Russia pissed. They ready to get at it. Why? Because he done stole their oil from Venezuela. He done stole their oil tankers that's moving out. That's another part of Greenland. They feel that Russia is moving around freely, and they want to stop Russia and China from being able to push their oil and they minerals around to each other and to their partners. They're trying to block them off, and that's a part of taking over Greenland. You know, so this, hey man, this devil is who he is, man. He is the great Satan, man. He is Satan. Right here, let me get this right quick. This is damn, I had it pulled up, Slakia. I had it pulled up. Where'd it go? I don't even know where it's at. Hold on, I had it pulled up. Oh, here it go. This is Isaiah. I had it pulled up, but you know, Satan always fucking with some shit. But anyway, but this is Isaiah 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house. That's what he's doing. All these countries taking them, and it showed you in the very beginning how his reach stretched from the Philippines to the Vietnam to all these different places, to the Honduras to Cuba it's stretched out every fucking where, man. Right? So woe unto him that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Right? In my ears said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai of truth, many houses shall be desolate, even great and far, without inhabitants. Yea, 10 acres of vineyard shall yield one bath, and a seed of an homer shall yield an ephah. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink. And all these, look at how Psalms, what's that, 83? They have confederate against thee, that continue unto night till wine inflames them. Right? It's Esau, man. Let me get to the point right here. 13. 14. Therefore hell have enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. And the mean man shall be brought down. That's Esau, Edom. Right? This country, America, will be brought down, man. AKA Babylon will come down. And the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. So, you know, hey, look. So, look, this thing coming to an end, and this devil's skirt has been lifted. Right? He speaks with a forked tongue. He does all kind of deceitfulness around the face of the earth. The devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. Hey, man. So, you know, there's no way out of this for this devil, man. Right? Look at this. Look at it. YouTube just closed that out. It don't even normally do that. Right? But it's all good though. But you know,
are you tired of flipping houses? Inconsistent results.
At the end of the day, this devil got nowhere to hide, man, right? He got nothing to do. He has nothing left to do but to keep trying to steal, kill, and destroy from every nation, whether it's Venezuela to Nicaragua to fucking to the Panama. He gonna get Panama's ass. He's gonna get Greenland. He's gonna get Canada. I mean, this devil is gonna take everything from everybody until the Lord, until the Lord make him spew that shit up. Okay, and that's in Job. The Lord say he should spew it up. He gonna engulf himself with so much. He gonna keep eating and keep eating and keep eating and keep until just gonna vomit it all the fuck up. Cause it's only so much you can take until you just fucking explode. All right, hey, look, so yeah, I'm Yaquan for Wild, so you how should I sanctify ones. And with that said, I want to say Barak Barak Shai, all praise on glory, how about Shema Shah, about Shemar Kakudash, double honors, pastor, Elder Great Millstone, routines, well, peace, salutation, all you Akin four corners of the earth, all you Aquaf that are trying and listening, learning, hey, keep striving. Hey, pray for you, a man of the elect, and when you get one, you accept them and you move on. And you run, you grab them, because this time we coming in, y'all don't understand, you better watch the signs of the time. This shit is going to go down and get crazy, and you women are going to be left out cold. So, hey, if you don't want to get stuck bold, you better grab you a man elect that wants you, and you keep on pushing. You praise Yahweh Shem Shah, and you thank the Lord for that man of the Lord, and that your protection is from him. So with that said, Shalom and a ball.